Advertise smarter with Targetable.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation, 3 proven methods to attract more guests. I definitely want to give a big shout out to my team at Branded Strategic for helping to promote this webinar, and also my very good friends at Targetable, which might be how you found out about this to begin with. So we're going to be on here about 30 or 35 minutes before this webinar ends, and I promise you one thing. You will learn tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately to help get more guests to order and dine from you, okay? And I also promise at the end we're going to do a full Q&A, and I'll be super excited to answer every single question that I can. So if you have questions throughout the presentation, go into Zoom, open up Q&A, pop your questions in there, and we'll get to them in the end. I want to answer as many as I can. Okay, in the meantime, I also want you to have the chat open because we're going to interact with the chat the way we're doing this. And last thing, boom, if you stay till the very end, I have a special gift for you that is free, and I guarantee will help your business. So stay to the end for Q&A and a free gift. And if you have questions, pop into the Q&A as we go, okay? Now, by the end of this presentation, I promise that you will have gained 3 things, okay? One of those is actually an additional 3. So you're going to get 3 proven methods to attract new guests, just like the title says, okay? You're also going to get the tools to implement them. So how to do it, okay? And the last thing that you're going to gain from this is more guests, more revenue, and less stress. And again, I promise you will learn tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately to help guests to get more orders and dine more with you. And I need a sip. You guys know I like the bubbles. Topo Chico. Who's down with the Topo Chico? Those are some good bubbles right there, right? Okay. Hi. If you don't know me, my name is Rev Ciancio. I used to own a bar in New York City, so I know exactly how hard it is to market and brand a location-based business and own and operate a bar, okay? I'm now a hospitality marketing consultant, and I help restaurants to raise awareness, acquire, and retain guests through digital marketing, social media, and the use of incredible software, okay? I also like to take really silly photos of me and food. Sometimes I have other people take them, but you will see those in any of you guys know, okay? I have more than 20 years experience in branding, digital marketing, and hospitality. And I've worked with literally hundreds of restaurants to help them attract and retain guests. Okay. Now, a lot of people know me as a restaurant and hospitality marketing influencer. And that is because I run a couple of Instagram accounts with more than 650,000 followers total. Okay. And today, we're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately to help get more guests to order or dine from you. Okay. Now, a little bit more about me. I also co-host a podcast. Who listens to my podcast? If you've ever heard my podcast, put a yes there in the chat. I want to know if you've ever heard this. I host a podcast called the Restaurant Executive Mastery Podcast. My co-host is thought and leader and inspirational coach, John Shaw. He's my coach. Restaurant Executive Mastery, the podcast. It's where you get to hear how top restaurant executives, founders, and leaders bring transformational change to their business. So we're talking to like CEOs and COOs and COs and CCCCCs and whatever, and founders of large multi-unit brands. We're asking them about how they transform their business. What is the mindset they use? What is the inspiration? The idea is to give you inspiration on ways that you can run your business. So, we're giving tactical solutions and examples that can help move your needle. Again, the podcast is called Restaurant Executive Mastery. And if you want to check it out, you can go to rev.gives/podcast. Okay. I'll even put that in there. http rev.gives/podcast. Okay, the link's in the chat. If you want to check that out, I'll give you permission to leave the webinar for 5 seconds or to just cut and paste that and check it out later. Okay. Oh, whoops, that only went to panelists. That didn't go to you guys. All right, panelists and attendees, everybody, boom, link to the podcast. And if you are watching the replay, just go to rev.gives/podcast. Okay, great. Let's rip into this. You guys ready? I'm going to ask lots of yes questions, okay? I call them yes Rev questions. You can either bob your head, yes Rev, or you can go into the chat and say yes Rev. I love it when you say yes Rev. Okay, who here loves Wile E. Coyote? I love Wile E. Coyote, okay? Do you know why? Because Wile E. Coyote never gives up, okay? He is laser focused on his goal. He's actually a visionary in that way. There was nothing that could stop the coyote, okay? Well, wouldn't it be great if you had a magnet like our friend the coyote, right? If all your guests, if your guests did, all you had to do was like turn on that magnet, okay, and guests would come rushing into your restaurant to dine or place an order, okay? Well, I'm here to tell you that this magnet exists, okay? And unlike our poor friend Wile E, it does not end in disaster for you, okay? It ends up in you getting all of the birdseed. So let's dip into my Acme store and let's suit up, all right? Okay, I get it. I used to own a restaurant. Running a restaurant is hard, like really hard, okay? You have to cook and serve and clean and manage people. And listen, that would be great if it followed the flow every day, but deliveries come late, employees don't show up, toilets break. It's Murphy's Law, right? If things can go wrong, they will. It is like Murphy's Law was custom made for the hospitality service, right? Matt is like, yes, 100%. I get it. Okay. And that leaves little time or budget to sit around and learn what marketing works, okay? How to do it, and really honestly, how to just make it work in the background so you can go back to actually making the restaurant run, okay? And this ends up in a couple of pain points, okay? Consistent flow of new guests. It's hard, right? And sometimes we sit around and we think, I don't know which marketing works. I get that. And sometimes we also think, I don't have the time to work on this, right? I get it. These things are all true. We all have real pain points that we suffer every day in this business. Yes. Well, here's the thing. I got 3 secrets for you, okay? Wouldn't it be great if you just knew? If you knew not only what kind of marketing works, but also how to maximize it, would that be great? Would it be great if you just knew? That's a yes, right? Question. Yes, that would be great if you just knew, okay? And there are secrets here, and you're going to get them. You're going to learn that customers discover restaurants on Google, and it is easy for you to come up at the top of search. Thank you, Jessica. And there are several networks that will send you unlimited new guests, and all you have to do is turn them on. That sounds pretty good, right? Okay, and last one, Drew says amen. I'm with you, brother. Okay, and last one, there is an easy button for local awareness, and it works in your sleep, which is great if you sleep during the day when people place online orders, right? Okay, so we're gonna get to these 3 secrets. Okay, and here's the thing. Here's how this webinar works, okay? I will help you understand the problem. I will show you the method that will help you attract more guests, okay? Then I will give you options on how to easily implement the method for your business. So you're gonna get the problem, the method, and the solution, okay? Now, again, I said this, one thing to note about my webinars, I ask lots of questions, okay? And some of them might feel rhetorical, but it's to get your head bobbing. I'll bob it too and say, yes, Rev. So you can bob your head, you can say yes in the chat, you can just say it out loud, you can type it, you can do whatever you want, but we're gonna ask lots of questions. Ready to go? Let's go. Okay, most importantly, I want to make sure you walk away from today learning tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately to help get more guests to order or dine from you. So what I want you to do right now is put your phone down, close Facebook, close email, and dial in, because this is the meat of it, okay? We excited? We're excited? How about we get started right now? We're excited. Matt, you're like my new best friend, buddy. I love this. Okay, let's get started on number 1. Okay, does everybody know what this is? Do you know what this is? It's a sales funnel, okay? It is the buying process that companies lead customers through when they purchase products or services. And to understand how to attract more guests, we have to understand the customer journey. What are the things that they go through to get to our dining room or to our online ordering? Okay. Well, what happens if you remove one of the steps? It's a lot harder for a consumer to get to the next part of the funnel. And it's important that a business create a journey that gets a customer from section to section to section in an order that makes sense for their buying process. Okay. Well, this is actually more like a software model. For a restaurant, it's actually more like this, okay? It's cyclical, okay? Why is the customer funnel and the journey cyclical? Because we need to increase order frequency. We want to drive return trips. And each of these sections has things that powers the customer from one section to the next. You have awareness, acquisition, experience, retention, right? Now, the same thing happens when you remove one of the steps. And the problem is that many restaurants actually remove and ignore a couple of the key elements in this journey. And you would be surprised at how easy it is to avoid this. Hint, we'll show you, okay? If you can get them to buy again and again, and then raise your lifetime value for that customer, then you can afford to have a higher marketing and acquisition cost and budget, because you know you will get a higher return on the guests over time, right? Right? So how do we avoid all of this? How do we avoid the messiness of this, okay? To understand how to attract more guests, we actually have to understand the customer journey, okay? We need to know which tools work for which part of the funnel, right? And the key here is to know which of these tools actually advance people down the funnel. So how do we get them from awareness to acquisition to experience to retention, then back to acquisition, okay? Here's the thing. Many restaurant operators and marketers think that organic social media, posting content to Instagram and Facebook is a great way to attract more guests. Show of hands, or yeses, or me's, or whatever. Who thinks that posting to Instagram and Facebook is a great way to attract more guests? You can pop in the chat. I'm going to take a sip of water here and let me know if you think that is. I want to know. I want you to tell me, do you think that posting to Instagram and Facebook, like posting new content, is a great way to attract more guests? Matt says no. Shane says yes. I love you, Shane. Thank you for being here. Drew says yes. We're getting lots of yeses, okay? Here's the thing, okay? The truth is that it is not. Thank you, Chris, okay? Posting to organic social media is not a great way to attract new guests. Most people think it's really important at the awareness stage, but the truth is organic social media happens at the bottom of the funnel for acquisition and retention. Organic social media is a lagging indicator of interest for acquisition. It is much better as a retention tool. Why is that? Okay, chances are they found out about your restaurant way before they ever ended up on your social media profiles, right? They were on Google or Yelp, or a friend told them about them. So how do we attract guests to your restaurant? How do we speed them down the funnel to purchase from the awareness stage? How do we affect awareness? That's what we're talking about today. We're going to go from awareness to acquisition, okay? Here's the problem. Consumers search online before they decide where to get their next meal. And it doesn't matter if they heard about your restaurant from a friend or they saw it in an advertisement. What is the first thing somebody does when they want to see where you are, look at your reviews, and see what others are saying about your food and your service, to look at your menu, your hours of operation, get directions? What's the first thing they do? Should be obvious. It's on the page here, okay? They go to search because they need information, okay? And how do they search? This is important, okay? 2 out of 3 searches for a restaurant on Google are unbranded. Does anybody know what unbranded means? I'm going to tell you, but do you know what that means? It means that people don't search for the restaurant by the name. 2 out of 3 people are searching for what they crave, okay? But here's the thing. The journey to the bottom of the funnel is fast because people who have searched have intent, okay? Like I said, 90% of these users convert within the day. If my friend Dave once told me that if 90% of people do something right, it's not news. It means everybody does it, okay? 9 out of 10 people, when they search for best tacos near me, it means they are doing it their intention is to go that same day. Now, here's the thing. 64% of those people, 2 out of 3 of those people who search for best tacos near me, convert immediately or within the hour. So if somebody picks up their phone and goes, best hot wings near me, it is likely that they want to eat there within the hour. So it is super important while they're in search at the top of the discovery funnel, but at the bottom of the needs curve, they have their hungry hand. You have to get them from awareness to conversion very easily. Now, here's the thing. People already know pizza and wings are awesome. So if you just show them the right content at the right time, you can get them to buy it for you. So how do you prioritize your business for both local and item level search on Google? Does everybody want to know? Do you want to know how you prioritize and win here? Do you want to end up like Oscars and Bakersfield here? Chris says yes. Awesome. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. The question to ask here is, how does Google choose which restaurants and bars to feature in search results? Thank you, Ravi. Well, I'm about to turn you into a local search expert in a matter of minutes, okay? In 2016, Google came out and announced that they consider 3 factors when giving local search results: relevance, distance, and prominence. Okay, I'm going to break these down for you. Relevance is how well a local local listing matches what somebody's searching for. If I search for pizza or pizzeria, the relevant portion of the search is pizza. Okay. Now the next factor is distance, and that is how far is each search result from the user and the location term. So if I put best pizza near me, it's looking for results that are within like a mile or 2 radius. If I say best pizzas in Hillard, Ohio, that is a place. I talked to somebody from there yesterday. It's going to look for that. It needs information about where you are. And the last piece is prominence. This is how well known and highly rated a location is. Okay. So what Google is saying there is that they're ranking businesses in local search based on your reputation, which means your ratings and reviews. And they're looking at how recent they are. So if you're not getting any 5-star reviews, but your competitor is, they're more likely to score for prominence, okay? So here's the thing. How do you ensure that your restaurant comes out on top of searches for what people crave? How do you score for relevance, distance, and prominence? Does everybody want to know? So yes, Rev, okay? If you want your customers to find out when they search for your brand name or the menu items that you're known for, you literally need to manage your information and reviews on Google My Business, as well as all of the other sites where customers go to discover results. That is black and white data that you need to enter in these platforms so that when people search for the things, you confirm that yes. So what you want to do is you want to log into Google My Business. Okay, you want to log into Yelp and YP and Foursquare and all these ones, and you want to update your information, your name, your hours, your phone number, your operation. But the most important thing is your menu, because people are searching for the items on your menu, and you literally have to confirm to Google that yes, we serve hot wings. Okay, and what this is known as, this is called listings management. It's not a sexy word, but it's called listings management. Okay. So what is the information you need to manage on these sites? It is on the screen. Take a screenshot. You want to update your name. You want to update your address. You want to update your phone number, right? You want to update your hours of operation. And again, the most important thing to use here is update your menu, because those are the things that people are searching for. They're not searching for your hours of operation. They want to know, do you have gluten-free whatever? Or, I got a 4-year-old. We're looking for chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? Okay, now here's the thing. There are many companies that do listings management that make it a ton easier, okay? But not all of them manage menus. So if you're gonna go get a software solution for this, make sure that that software has menu management capabilities. If it doesn't, it's the wrong one. You're a restaurant. You need to manage your menu online, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you wanna know which company I suggest, okay, send me a message after the webinar, email me, and I'll help you find one. But in the meantime, if you haven't updated your Google My Business lately, go do it today. Cool. Guys, that's number one. Now you know, if you want to be found when people search for what they crave, what do? You have to manage all that important information on Google, Yelp, and other listings, okay? It is called managing your listings, and you're optimizing for item menu search. That is some absolutely marketing gobbledygook, right? Good. Who's ready for number 2? No, the screen didn't freeze. I want to know, are you ready for number 2? Jessica raised her hand. Robbie says me. Raquel says me. All right, cool. All right, here. I think this one will be a bit of a surprise, okay? Third-party delivery is a problem, but you heard me right. I know that I'm the guy who's always talking about how I think these companies are thieves, okay? And how their interests do not align with your interests. They charge you high fees and they own your customer. That makes me really mad. I like to think you are paying to rent your guest. That makes me angry, okay? That is still how I feel. But the truth is that they are a great source of new customers. But if, and only if, you get those guests to stop ordering from third-party delivery apps and convert to ordering directly from your restaurant. If you can do that, if you can get somebody who found your restaurant on Uber Eats to never order from them again and order directly, that makes third party actually an incredible source of revenue and a great source of new guests. Why is that? Okay. You know what most people don't like doing? Okay. They hate doing sales. Who likes making cold calls? Anybody like making cold calls? I don't like making cold calls, and I do this for a living. Okay. You must be crazy to love making phone calls. And that's why people who are cold calls, that's why people who are good at it are like really good at it, because they love making the sale. But as a restaurant operator, are you going to pick up the phone and start dialing local houses? Are you going to call everybody in your neighborhood and say, hey, do you want to order lunch? Are you going to do that? That's a no rev, okay? Because you're not going to cold call your neighbors to see if they're going to order, okay? You aren't. Sales are hard. Okay, well, you know what all salespeople like? They like leads, okay? But they don't just want any lead. They want a warm lead. They want someone who's ready to buy. So let the third-party delivery service providers do the cold calls. Let them warm up the lead. They will bring the guest in to try the food, and if they like the experience, then it's on you, okay? It's on you to make the next sale. It's a lot easier then, okay? They are a warm lead. Look, if your food was good, your service was incredible, there's almost no effort in the sale of getting them to order direct. You just need to nudge them, okay? The key is, this is super important. The method is called conversion. Okay, third to first party conversion. If you have to get you have to get customers who normally order from third party delivery service apps to order from you instead on their next order. Okay, and then you need that guest to order natively from you and do it over and over and over and not go back. So you're going to need a couple things in order to do that. Okay, you need to be able to take your own online orders. Everybody taking their own online orders? Is there anybody here that's not? You don't have to admit it. Just let me know if you're taking your own online orders, okay? You need to have delivery staff, or what I call last mile delivery. I don't call it, that's what it's called, okay? You need to have limited menu on third party. Don't sell them all your best stuff, all your menu, just give them the best stuff. Okay, you need to have better pricing on your own first party solution. Okay, make third party higher. Okay, you want to ride passenger on third party orders. What does that mean? When somebody orders from one of these delivery apps, you need what I call in-bag conversion tool. So that if somebody gets that bag, they order from you next time because they got your promotion. You need to promote it in store. So when people dine with you, you need to make sure that you're promoting that you have delivery with you, even if they pick up or they're eating with you. You need to have customer segmentation. You need to have a CRM where you can segment people who order from third parties so you can market to them, right? And get your guests to be ordering and order the right way. So you need to be marketing to them. You need retention marketing, right? We're about increasing order frequency, right? Who wants to increase order frequency? Who wants to increase lifetime value? Who wants to get more orders from our most frequent guests? That's a pause. That's a yes. You know what drives retention? Communication, email and SMS, okay? And then we need awareness marketing. We need to get people to order from us first before they ever order. Tina, I see your question. Pop in the Q&A. We'll get to it, I promise, okay? You need paid advertising to do that. Get them before they go to Grubhub, okay? And the last thing we just talked about this is menu item search optimization. Make sure that when people search for pizza, they don't click to Grubhub, they click to your restaurant, okay? So it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? It sounds like a lot. Well, honestly, it is a lot, okay? But it's worth it, and it's not hard if you have the right system, okay? So if you want a guiding hand in figuring all that out, I teach a course online called the Third to First Party Conversion Bootcamp, okay? Restaurant operators who go through the bootcamp learn how to get their guests to stop ordering from third party and order direct instead. They also learn how to keep their guests from going back and how to increase order frequency. The course is going to start up again soon, and I promise I will send you an email about it. Because you're here today or you're watching this replay, when I relaunch the bootcamp, I'm going to send you an email and you're going to get an exclusive link to get in there, okay? I promise I'll send you an email. If you have any questions about this now, you can enter them into the Q&A and I will answer them at the end of the webinar. So if you have questions about third to first party conversion or about the bootcamp, put them in the Q&A. We'll get to the end. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Sounds good? Okay, listen. Because I promised that you would earn and learn tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately, okay? And you can help guests, right? I said that I wanted to make sure that I'm going to give you 3 quick conversion tactics right now so you can get started on this today, okay? Number 1, you need to take your own orders. We talked about this. It's going to sound obvious, okay? But you have to take your own orders. And if you're not yet, okay, the move to do is call your POS provider and ask them, hey, do you have an online ordering solution? I want to implement it for my business. Almost every single one of the newer cloud-based point of sale systems absolutely have this, and they're great. They work. They're super functional, okay? But you have to be able to take those online orders. So if you're not, call your POS provider and see if they do. Number 2, we talked about this. Manage your listings. Whoa, what? Yeah, there's more benefits to that move? Yes. When consumers are hungry and search for what they crave, what do? We already know this, okay? They go to Google or Bing or Yahoo and they search for chicken nuggets near me or acai bowl near me or best hot wings. You can put your online ordering link into your listings. So when somebody goes to Google or Facebook, they see your order. They see your ordering link, okay? So managing your listings, you can also put the online ordering in there. Now, the last thing, okay, I talked about this a few seconds ago. One absolutely incredible way to get your guests to order from you directly instead of using third party is to raise your prices on third party sites. If something is $10 on your menu, make it 13 or 12 or even 15 bucks on third party, okay? Price those items a couple dollars more so that someone who's choosing to use third party, eventually they'll see that it's more affordable to order directly and they will switch over, okay? Again, I want to give you stuff you guys can implement today. Who's doing this? Who's already pricing higher on third party? Get in the chat and let me know if you're already pricing higher on third party. And if you're not, are you going to start today? Are you going to go update your Grubhubs and Uber Eats and make those prices more expensive? Can you do that today? That's definitely a yes, Rev. Okay, cool. So now we know, number 1, optimize your item menu search. Manage your listings. That will get you new guests from search. Okay. Number 2, third to first party conversion. So you want to turn on third party because that's how you acquire. You just also want to be converting so they don't keep ordering the order from you directly. So we got 2 tactics. We feel good? I told you 3 proven methods. You got 2. You got 2 proven methods on how to attract new guests. Who wants the third? I really pushing for you guys to participate here today. Jessica wants the third. Robbie wants the third. We got 2 Jessicas in here. Awesome. I love it, guys. Thank you. I get you to participate here because I just want to make sure you're awake and we're staying alive. You're getting the information either way, but thank you for participating. Reach. That is the problem. Okay. Let's say you're opening a new restaurant. Join me on a quick journey here. Okay. Could be anywhere. Could be your town or my town, but we're actually going to use the example of Greenwich Village, New York. Okay. There are approximately, and I didn't know this until I Googled it, 31,000 people who live in that area. Okay. Now let's imagine this restaurant we're opening. It's primarily focused on delivery because, hey, it's cold out. We're in a pandemic. People are hesitant to sit outside or sit inside or be exposed to air that's circulating or whatever. And so we are going to deliver for them a chicken sandwich. Okay. We're a chicken sandwich. That's our concept. Now, you can do this. I did it. If you go to Seamless or Grubhub and put in the address of the restaurant, you're going to discover that there are 2,179 restaurants. Okay. Drew, don't worry. We'll follow up with you later. Okay. You can ping me with questions. I see that. So if you go to Grubhub, you get 2,179 restaurants that deliver that area. It's not a joke. I looked. And at the time I put together this presentation, there are 109 pages of restaurants that fit the description of chicken sandwiches. And even if you narrow it down to restaurants that just serve sandwiches, even if you narrow it down even further, there's still 501 restaurants, okay? So let's say you go into Google. Let's say we try something different. You go into Google and you just search best chicken sandwich Greenwich Village. That's pretty specific search, right? Right? You hope you would get your restaurant there, okay? And since you use the term best, Google only returns restaurants with an average rating of 4.0 or higher. You know how many results you get? You still get 20 results, okay? But this is a brand new restaurant, so we don't have reviews. We're not ranking in search yet. Feels pretty frustrating, right? It's a mess, okay? How do you get the word out to all these people? You don't have their email addresses, so you can't email them. You don't have the number, so you can't call them, right? You could do some influencer marketing, but that's better top of the funnel, and we're trying to drive orders here. Plus, there really is an ability to zone in on a super small target area with influencer marketing. I guess you could hire one of those guys who stands on the sidewalk and like waves a sign around and stands on the corner and hands out flyers. But, then you're relying on people walking by, and that's definitely not going to get you in front of the 31,000 restaurant residents, or even just the ones that we know like chicken sandwiches. So how do we cut through the proverbial mustard? Does anybody know? Social advertising, specifically Facebook and Instagram. With those 2 social networks, you can target down to an area as small as 1 mile. Okay, 1 mile around your store. Now in New York City or Chicago, right, or LA, that might even actually be bigger than your delivery zone. But out here in the suburbs where I live, right, that's a lot. That's a small area. Here's the thing. Did you know that in suburban areas, Chipotle tries to keep their delivery zone under 2 miles? They did the research and they found out that when they went to 3 miles, they couldn't max up longer. They cost more and they're way too big. So anyway, get it down to if you want. Okay, targeting data, right, within a 1 mile radius of the new store in Greenwich Village. So again, I went in and I said, all right, Facebook, show me what it looks like. Show me what it looks like. Who can I target with 1 mile? Okay. Even though the official population of Greenwich Village is 31,000 on Facebook and Instagram, I can actually target 130,000 people in that area that like restaurants. That means they can reach people that live there, people that work in the area, or people who visit that area. Okay. Now, if I dial it down to just lunch, I can still target 45,000 people who like lunch. And if you want to get specific, just go down to chicken. There are 17,000 people who like chicken and 5,800 of them that like chicken sandwiches. If you could reach 5,800 people within a 1 mile radius of your store, would you want to? Would you say those are the exact people we want to talk to? Would 5,800 people within a 1 mile circle of your restaurant make a difference to your bottom line? Again, we're not frozen here. Jessica, Raquel, yes. 5,800 people would have a huge impact, right? Okay. That's why method 3 is social advertising. Okay. Check out this ad. I was helping out a friend of mine who owns the best butcher shop in New Jersey. It's called B&M Market, and all of their food is absolutely superb. Okay. They make this scallion skirt steak. It's to die for. Every time I make it for somebody, their mind is blown. It's unbelievable. They actually give you the whole skirt. It's unreal. Okay. Here's the thing. John, who owns that place, he wanted to promote to a 6 mile radius around the shop. Now they're in a suburb, so 6 miles, it's not that far, but it's a little bit of a crazy amount. We spent $90. Who has $90? I got $90 in my wallet right here, okay? We spent $90 and we reached 6,322 people, okay? There are actually only 8,786 that live in the town where B&M is located, okay? It only cost us 52 cents to get 172 people to click a link to check out the business. Who has 52 cents in their wallet? Okay, you can't even get a pack of gum for 52 cents. That's insane, right? Okay, here's some more examples, right? Look at this one on the left. $1 reached 208 people with a cost of click for 14 cents. I don't know how much your time is worth, but that sounds cheap to me. And look at the middle one, $6. $6 reached 743 people. And the last one, I love this one. $70. $70. We reached 25,000 people. Twice a day they saw that ad. Remember when you said 5,800 people in a 1 mile radius would make a difference to your business? Would you pay 70,000 to reach almost 5 times that? Okay. All that means is this chicken sandwich place could potentially reach 30,000 people in Greenwich Village for only $100. That is ridiculous. Okay. That is ridiculous. Let me ask you a question. How long does it take you to get a post up on Instagram? Okay, you have to take the picture, do some editing, write a post, tag the store, write your call to action, get it up, you good. Now look, I'm good. I do this all the time. Okay, I post and put and do things and I promote. It takes me like an hour to get through it. Okay, but that doesn't include me going to the restaurant and taking the photo, editing, writing, all that stuff. Let me ask you a question. What is an hour of my time worth? Okay, what is an hour of your time worth? Okay, look at the results from some ads I did here. 11,000, more than 11,000 impressions and 3 website clicks to promote a webinar like this. Now, this is the last time I did this one. Okay, remember B&M Market. They spent $90 to get 172 clicks. Here's the thing. Who's following your account? We talked about this at the beginning. Not new guests. It's people who have already eaten your food. This makes organic Instagram posts for retention, not acquisition, right? We're here to talk about how you can get new guests, right? If you could reach your exact target audience for a couple of dollars every single time, every single day, at just the right time when they're scrolling through social media, before they've gone to Google and searched for what they eat, wouldn't that be a better spend of your time effort? Wouldn't it? Would it be a better to have automated and working in the background for you? Would that be a better use of your time? Okay. It would. Okay. It would and you should, because you can do that literally every single day with almost no effort for a couple of dollars, okay? So not only are social ads cheap, but if you do them right, unlike all those, you can include a link. Here's the thing. You can use other social media, right? And you can promote, but you don't want to use the promote button, okay? What you want to do, because that promote button, right, that little blue button, it's not the best option. Why? Those ads are actually more expensive, okay? Targeting isn't as robust, right? They don't have as much granularity as you can get using regular Facebook ads. And for the most part, that's the truth, okay? You do not get the same type of reach and options and things you want to do by posting that button. You actually need to do real ads in Ads Manager, okay? Because this will waste you money. Please don't do this, okay? It's not going to help you, okay? You should be doing your own ads, okay? You can improve your post reach by boosting, but that is only a fraction of what you can do. With boosting, your targeting options are limited. Yeah, you can choose some behaviors and interests and demographics and geography, but you can't use custom audiences, okay? Those kind of ads cost you more money with less trackable results, the promote ones, okay? Like I said, there's no retargeting, there's no marketing to your email list. Most importantly, you cannot choose an objective for your ad. You can optimize only to be seen by people or optimize for cost per click for ads, okay? You should be spending money on optimization, okay? You want the cheapest ads possible, and they are cheap on Facebook and Instagram with the best targeting and the ability to retarget. You have to stop promoting your posts and you have to start doing ads, okay? Now, doing your own ads is hard, okay? Let's get to the solution, right? It is easy to make a mistake. Who's made a mistake in advertising on Facebook? Okay, who spent money and doesn't know what happened to it? Who has opened up Facebook Ads Manager and be like, dang, this is really hard. Who's done that? How many of you guys have done that and thought, man, this thing is really hard? Yeah, lots of yeses and lots of hand raises, okay? Okay, here's the thing. That's why most people don't do it, because they're afraid to invest. They think it's too hard. Okay, they don't take the time to learn. And when they've tried, they didn't get the results they wanted. Some people hire an agency. Okay, agencies are great. I actually really like agencies. They know what they're doing because they've done it for a lot of clients. They have the experiences. They know best practices. Here's the thing though, an agency can be really expensive. Anybody using an agency? We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not saying they aren't worth it. Okay, they are. But most certainly they are in the right situation. You need to have enough budget for an agency to make sense. But there is another option, okay, and that is automating your ads, making it easy with software. If you need a really robust strategy and you don't have the time to run your ads yourself and you don't have a dedicated person, I might suggest you actually do use an agency. And if you need a suggestion, I'm happy to introduce you to one that I really like. I work with an agency. They're incredible, but you got to have the budget for it. You got to have a big budget, okay? If you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on an agency, check out Targetable. Okay, they make Facebook and Instagram ads easy, like really, really easy. In fact, they make it push button easy. You hit that little blue button. Okay, it's a better blue button. But likely, if you're just looking, for, if you're just looking for some local reach, if you just want to get customers near your location that would love your food and service, if you want to automate your marketing so you can focus on other things, if you just need awareness ads that run in the background, you can get there with software that requires less than 30 minutes a week, to set up, right? And then you can start booking those ads and go. Okay, I suggest you check out Targetable. Okay, this is exactly what it does. It creates the ads with all the parameters for you based on your data about your guests and your goals. And all you have to do is open it up. It is pretty incredible. Now, true story. Targetable is custom built for restaurants, but I've even used it for my own ads. They do all of the work. You just got to go in and tweak. You change a couple of hours of information, and that's it. It's really easy. It makes doing ads super easy. So, guys, I promised you 3 proven methods to attract new guests, okay? You've learned that if you optimize for item menu search by doing listings management, you will get people from Google and Yelp, okay? You've learned that those third-party apps are great if you can convert them into your own system. And I gave you some bullet points on how to convert, okay? You've also learned that social ads is an incredibly cheap and easy way to get local awareness from people you're not reaching. You got the 3 methods. Does it feel good? Does this feel good? Does it feel good? You're feeling good? Yes. Robbie says yes, and Raquel says yep. Okay. Here's the thing. It doesn't feel too hard now, does it? It feels like it feels amazing. Thank you, man. It does feel amazing. Okay. I promise that by the end of the webinar, you would learn tactics and strategies that you can start using immediately to help get more guests to order from you. And I think we got there. Okay. We got there, right? You're way more equipped. Now, I'm sure you have some questions. So please enter those questions in the Q&A, and I will be happy to answer as many as I can. I see some already in there. If you have questions, put them into the Q&A, please. Okay, I know we went super fast. Okay, now, while you're entering your questions in the Q&A, we have a couple of things to talk about, including the special gift I promised. Okay, as far as the replay of this presentation, once we're done and we get the video uploaded, Targetable is going to send you an email so you can rewatch this replay. I know we went fast. Okay, does that sound good? You can watch all the material again. Sound good? Okay. Please keep popping those questions into the Q&A. And while you're doing that, I have a question for you. Okay? We just spent about 38 minutes together. I think it was pretty good, right? We had a ton of fun. I taught you a whole bunch of cool things. I know we went super fast. I threw a lot at you. Okay? I promised that you would learn how to make growing a local following easy. I promised you 3 proven methods. Okay? I know a way to make this much, much, much easier. And you kind of already maybe know what it is, but I want to ask your permission. I don't like to proceed here without permission. Are you okay if we take a minute to go deep on something that I know would make this a lot easier? You can go in the chat and let me know. I want to get your permission. Are you okay if we take a minute to go deeper on something that I know will make this a lot easier? I'm going to take a sip of water. You let me know. Jessica says, yes, let's do it. Jessica raised her hand. Matt says, you have my consent. We're all on board here. We're good to take a minute and go deeper. I feel like I lost some of you guys. I am not going to proceed until I know that you want to go deeper and learn how to make this a heck of a lot easier. Robbie says yes. We're getting all the yeses in here. All right, cool. Let's do it. Tina says, let's do it. All right, guys, I have your permission. As always, you know I believe in tech that can accelerate your business. That is why I talk about the ones that work. You should check out Targetable. It will make all of your awareness with Facebook and Instagram locally. It will make it easier, okay? Especially after you work so hard to create that incredible content you're posting in social media. Okay. I've seen a lot of restaurants have success with this. They turn it on. It takes a few minutes a week to manage, and voila, they have ads flying around town, targeting locals all the time, and bring them right into your online ordering. That sounds good, right? Well, here we go. We're going to launch a poll, okay? Because I have a question for you guys, okay? I want to know, do you want to learn more about Targetable? Okay? You could say yes. Automate my Instagram and Facebook awareness now. You could say, no, I'm going to take the slow road. You could say, I already use Targetable. We get lots of people on these webinars who have already worked with some of the solutions I talk about. You could say, I have an expensive agency. Again, I'm a fan of agencies. If you have a robust need and you have the right budget, agencies are great. You got multiple locations with different goals. That's when an agency makes sense. Okay. But here's again, I want to know. You've sat through this far. I asked your permission. I want to go. Would you like to make awareness locally of finding new guests? Would you like to make it push button easy? Would you like to basically automate how you acquire guests through Instagram and Facebook? Okay, so you could say yes, Rev. Please automate my Instagram. Okay, you could say no, I'm not interested. I'm going to take the slow road. Matt is saying hallelujah. I can guess how you voted already here, buddy. You could say you already use Targetable. Okay, some of you may already be using Targetable. Looks like a few people have, or you could be using that expensive agency. Okay, here's the thing. I just want to know, do you want to learn more? Do you want to take the slow road? Are you already using Targetable, or do you have that expensive agency? It's surprising. There's actually a few people on here who already use Targetable. Awesome. So you can go do the other two methods. Okay. Here's the thing. Because you attended this webinar, and because you stayed to the aim, and because you are a winner and you are here to play your A game, I got Targetable to give you a third off your first month, right? And that's right. All you have to do is say you're interested, and I will get you in touch with someone that can answer all of your questions about how it can easily automate your local awareness. It's no commitment. All you're saying is, I want to learn more about Targetable, right? You just say, yes, automate my Instagram and Facebook, and you get on a call with Targetable, and they show you how it works, and they answer all of your questions. All right, guys. Almost every single one of you has voted. Can anybody guess what the number one answer here is? Are people saying they want to automate their Instagram and Facebook? Are they saying they want to take the slow road? Are they saying they already use Targetable? Are they saying they use an expensive agency? You want to guess? And who wants to guess? Jessica says automate. You are right, okay? For the few of you that are still standing on the cliff and afraid to hit a button here, I'm telling you guys, everything that we talked about today about gaining local awareness and making it cheap and easy and fast and fun, you should have a conversation with Targetable. You should ask questions and learn. I have restaurants who are seeing 100% lift in their online orders from new guests because all they do is have these ads running in the background. Okay, so last time I'm going to ask, do you want to automate your Instagram and Facebook advertising so you can easily attract new guests in your sleep? If you do, click yes, I want to learn more. You can say you'll take the slow road. You can say you already use Targetable, or you can say you already have an expensive agency. There's one person on the webinar who has not voted. I love it. All right, well, we'll talk later. Guys, I am super excited. A whole bunch of you, mostly everybody said yes, automate my Instagram and Facebook. I love this, okay? So we're going to take that poll down. Thank you guys for participating. Okay, now, I promised you a special gift, and here it is. I bet you thought it was the discount. That's not it, okay? You worked really hard to get a customer, but know what is better than a customer? A repeat customer, right? Increased frequency. So Targetable created an ebook that gives you all the tips and tricks, both digital and offline, to turn customers into repeat customers and give you a greater return on your marketing investment. So you're going to get this ebook. Okay, because you stayed to the end, you're getting that discount. You're getting this ebook. Okay, and because you stayed to the end, you're getting a copy. We're going to email you a link to download this along with a copy to watch the webinar replay. Cool? Is that cool? All right. So a little housekeeping. If you like this webinar and you want to go to the next level, join me in 2 weeks, February 11th. Okay, for a webinar that you are absolutely going to love. It's called Quick and Easy Ways to Acquire New Customers for Your Virtual Brand. Who's got a ghost kitchen? Who's thinking about a ghost kitchen? Who's got a dark kitchen or a virtual brand, or I don't know what, there's lots of names for these. Who's got one or who's thinking about one? If so, show up to this webinar, okay? Because if you've launched it and you're taking advantage of that incredible surge in online ordering, right? We're going to show you how to make it really work, okay? Generating awareness to these things is easier than you think. So just go to bit.ly, so that's bit.ly/new virtual brand. Sign up for this webinar and we'll teach you how to do that, okay? You join that webinar and you're going to learn how restaurant operators can get more online orders without having to wait for third-party delivery apps to drip feed you new customers. So you want to learn, go to bit.ly/new virtual brand, join that webinar in 2 weeks. All right, guys, awesome. We're going to rip into some Q&A here. What do we got? Tina is asking, how do you get the customer information from the marketplaces? Oh man, that's a great question. I'm going to take a sip of water here. My mouth dried out. So the question is, if somebody orders from Grubhub and Uber Eats and DoorDash, right, and you want to remarket to them so they order from you directly, which is point 2 in the 3 proven methods, how do you get their information? There is some software out there that can help you. We didn't talk about it on the webinar, but more importantly, what you need to be concerned with is how do you convert them? Okay. And what I like to tell people they need to do is an in-bag conversion tool. You need to have a little note in the bag that tells them to order directly. Okay. And it should have like a QR code that takes them right to your online ordering or a link to order. And what you can also do is offer people what I call a sign-up reward. Here's $5 off your first order when you order direct. Okay. So that is how you then get their information. If you were taking your own online orders, right, you're converting them from that in-bag conversion tool and you get them to order directly. Killer? All right, guys, I told you that we would only go 30 or 35 minutes here. We went an extra 11. So I hope that was helpful to you. There's some more questions in here. I'm going to answer them one-on-one via email. If you do have any questions, you can just reply to one of the emails I've sent you or one of the emails I will continue to send you, and you can ask me questions directly. I appreciate that. If you're watching the replay and you want to get in like everybody else here and you want to learn more about Targetable, just reply to these emails and we'll set you up with somebody where you can ask questions. And again, if you talk to somebody from Targetable and you're on this webinar and you're interested in using that service, I think it's incredible. You will get $50 off your first month. Cool. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I know it was. I love everybody participating. Ravi and Jessica's and Matthew. Matthew wants to dance. I want to dance too. That sounds good. Woo! Guys, thank you for joining the webinar today, and always make it a great, tasty day.
Advertise smarter with Targetable.